another episode of Mad as a Goat. Now today I'm talking about voting, something that we have in every democracy, or, a democracy, rich get richer, the poor get poorer, emo. Anyway, we have this voting thing, and in some countries it's so mandatory that if you wish not to partake in the voting process, you will be fined. That's how they do it here in Australia. I think in America it's a little bit more loose, where they're just like, hey, look, you should vote, but if you don't want to, what the hell? We're going to rig it anyway. American democracy, I don't see it so much as far as the news is showing me. Anyway, but people put a lot of emphasis on voting, but they forget one really important thing. Not everyone should vote. Think about this. Trendy people who are trying to be up to the times and shit will vote for the wrong reasons. They won't look at the Greens' policies. They'll just vote for them because it's, a trendy thing to do. If the policies, don't fully make sense or just aren't that good, they don't care. Who cares? We're just voting for our leaders. But it actually matters quite a bit because a lot of the decisions made about our country will be reflected upon your vote. So it's something that you should take seriously instead of something that's trendy. It's funny, these kinds of people probably spend more time picking out a pair of shoes than they do on a potential prime minister or leader or whatever you want to call them. Anyway, so these kinds of people probably shouldn't vote. And anyone who thinks Tyler Perry is funny. Some people have said it's black comedy, and I say that's fucking racist. Not all black people are stupid, just Tyler Perry. Anyway, people who think that guy's funny probably shouldn't vote because they're going to get swindled by some spin talk done by a politician on a news soundbite days before the election. So instead of looking at their back catalogue of that politician's career and their policies, they end up just going off a soundbite and potentially putting a Speedo wearing junkie freak dickhead who's actually an asshole in real life as our Prime Minister. He's a complete idiot, Tony Abbott, I'm going to say it. As far as I've seen, he's not that bright. He's the kind of person who backflips but doesn't even do it with any spin talk. He just directly backflips. I mean, we all know that politicians lie. Anyway, that was random. Yeah, we all know that politicians are basically constantly lying, but we'd at least like them to put in some effort with their lies. Tony Abbott will backflip on policies within interviews. He'll go from one to the next and completely backflip. That's not even trying. Jesus Christ, put some effort in. And we all know that each, party, whether it's the diplomats or the democracy or whatever they're called in your region. I'm not really a political fan buff. Anyway, but yeah, we all know there's a lot of lying. No matter who gets in power, we're going to get screwed in some way. And it's more to do with global politics than really our region's politics. Like, if there's a financial crash in America, it's going to affect many other countries. And if there's a big financial crash in China, there's going to be many other countries that are affected, and that has nothing to do with leaders or policy or anything like that. So I hear you ask yourself, then why even vote for a leader at all? Well, basically, my whole way of going about it is I want someone that's intelligent, honest, and just isn't a dickhead. That's really my whole thing for a leader. You really want someone who just isn't a dickhead. Like, yeah, and has good policies, even though at some point they could just backflip on those anyway. A lot of people voted in Kevin Rudd in this country in 2007. He did a bit of backflipping, people got pissed. He got stabbed, Julia came in, it was cool for a little bit, and then everyone got pissed at her. And then Rudd was back, and he's been back for a bit, and now everyone's pissed at him and all this. Because there's always something going wrong. But isn't that just reality? Does that have nothing to do with voting? Completely confused by politics. No idea. None. I know what policies are. I don't know how they're implemented. I guess you just throw money at everything and hope that fixes everything, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really good with that. But that's my opinions on voting. A completely uneducated and unfounded... yeah, whatever. It really doesn't matter. Wow. Anyway, that was Mad as a Goat.